Khabib said it months ago. Islam was going to fight Jack Della in November at Madison Square Garden. It's officially happening. Dana White announced that that fight is going down right now. And if you've seen videos and pictures of Islam lately, he's bigger. He's much bigger than he was before. And he's going to have to be bigger if he wants to get through the monster that is Jack Della Maddalena. The challenge is ahead of Islam. I can listen to the words that Khabib speaks publicly. You can listen to the words that Islam speaks publicly and acknowledge that those guys are well aware of how good Jack Della Maddalena is. He's so tough, he's so big, he's so physical, and now he's got takedown defense to match.
The fight between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena is getting closer, and fans can feel the hype everywhere. Everyone's talking about who will walk out as the new welterweight champ. Daniel Cormier also shared his thoughts, saying that if Islam can land those early takedowns and keep up the pressure, something Bilal couldn't do, then he has a real shot at becoming the next welterweight champion.
JDM don't wrestle, but he was defending well, and he puts damage on him.
How do you see that fight with him and Islam?
He'll get takedown attempts coming at him very early. The last fight, he didn't have to deal with that when he was fresh. If Islam can start to pressure him early and take him down early, or even just make him wrestle, he might struggle. He's going to be him playing with his feet, tripping him, moving around on the octagon side, doing things that he don't recognize as freely.
But she didn't answer the question.
See, but the problem is, like, I can only give you that because I can't truly make a prediction on a fight. Like, the job doesn't allow it.
Merab agreed with Daniel Cormier's take on the fight. He said Islam's wrestling and pressure are on another level, and if he gets Jack down early, it could be a long night for him. Merab explained that Islam's control and strength make him a nightmare for anyone at 170, which is why he believes Islam has a great chance to win.
You mentioned Islam. He's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's going to be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second belt. JDM is great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling, and he's southpaw. He don't get hits, but he takes people down and he mauls people down. So, and also we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight, and maybe Islam will make some adjustment. It's possible. It's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second belt.
Speaking at great lengths, Michael Bisping said Jack definitely has a real shot at winning, and he finds it pretty disrespectful that the odds are so heavily in Islam's favor. He explained that Jack is a dangerous striker who's shocked people before, so counting him out doesn't make sense. Bisping said Islam deserves credit for his skills, but Jack shouldn't be overlooked because this fight is a lot closer than what the betting odds show.
It's an interesting fight because the crazy thing is that Islam Makhachev is quite a sizable favorite according to DraftKings, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure I saw that online earlier this morning. And I think that's a little bit disrespectful to Jack Della Maddalena. The man's on an 18-fight winning streak. He just beat Bilal Muhammad. He defended all the takedowns there. He's beaten grapplers before in the past. Yes, Islam Makhachev is incredible, you know, and he'd be another contender for pound #1, greatest of all time, whatever you want to call it. But Bilal Muhammad was a perfect warm-up fight for Islam Makhachev. And with the boxing of Jack, if Islam was to stand with him, that'd be a bad idea. With Jack's boxing and the footwork that is associated with boxing, that's going to help him. That's going to be very advantageous. He knows how to defend the takedown. He knows what he's doing off his back. He can get back to his feet. So, yeah, I mean, I understand why Islam is a slight favorite because he's tried and tested and the greatest lightweight fighter that the sport's ever seen. But don't be surprised if Jack Della Maddalena gets it done.
On the other hand, Alex Volkanovski said that moving up to 170 was a smart decision for Islam because his frame and strength fit perfectly in that division. But despite that, Volk believes Jack Della Maddalena might shock everyone. He said Jack's boxing, timing, and calmness under pressure make him dangerous. And if Islam can't control him early, things could get bad fast. Volk's gut tells him Jack will find a way to win this one.
Do you believe he might be able to stop Islam going up to this weight class?
Stop him, yeah. I mean, look, JDM's boxing and pressure that he can do, incredible. So I definitely can get a finish.
All right, favorite team?
Islam's great. Him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare. for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Javier Mendez, who is also Islam's coach, said that he doesn't plan to go for constant takedowns this time. If he needs to strike and stand with Jack, he'll do that confidently. Mendez said that Islam wants to show a different side of his game and prove he's not just a wrestler. He's coming in with a fresh strategy, ready to bring a completely different kind of fight this time.
He can stand with anybody. Islam can stand with him. Whether we're going to box with him, whether we're going to kick with him, whether we're going to look to take him down, we're going to do it all. I mean, if Islam has to just stand with him because he can't take him down, then he'll stand with him, you know? But we have to look for the openings. We can't just stand with somebody to stand with them. We have to look for the openings. We have to see what opportunities we can either open up or he gives us. You know, that's what we'll be looking for. We're not looking to take this guy to the ground per se. We're looking to take advantage of whatever he gives us or whatever we force him to give us.
Punahele Soriano recalled the time when Islam, in his own words, beat the piss out of him. He laughed about it, but admitted that Islam's strength, control, and pressure were on another level. Soriano said that experience made him realize how dangerous Islam truly is, and that's why he's predicting Islam will win at UFC 322. In his eyes, Islam's dominance is just too hard to stop.
How do you think Islam Makhachev does moving up and fighting Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, one time when I was still fighting at middleweight, I think it was during COVID, like, no excuses. I haven't been training for, like, you know, gyms are closed, whatever. And Ali texts me, he's like, hey, you want to work out today? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll work out. I haven't been able to do it. I go and it's just like me, Islam. And then this is still like 55 Islam, and I'm still middleweight Puna. And he just beat the piss out of me for like the whole training. So I think he's going to do great. It was like, it's not like I left sparring Sean or something like bloody, beat up, concussed. Like, it was probably like the most gentle, technical beating. And less like, oh man, I got to get better. I think he's got a huge frame. He'll fill in just great. I think like him and Jack, I think kind of have like similar builds. I don't know. I think it's going to be a great fight. I enjoy watching both fight. I like the both of them. But I guess my loyalty would have to be with Islam just because I know him and we're friends.
Chael Sonnen said that if Islam fought at 155 and Jack stayed at 170, Jack would probably win easily. But since both are fighting at 170, things are very different now. Islam looks strong and powerful at this weight, which makes it harder for Jack. Chael said Jack's got great skills, but Islam's size and strength at welterweight make this fight way more even and tougher for Jack to win.
If Jack is to win, where does that take him and where does that spin him? Where does his career go? And the reason you can't answer that question, the reason you haven't heard any rumors of that is nobody's expecting Jack to win. That's a problem for selling out the Garden, except you have a reality. And the reality is Jack is one hell of a hard fight. His style and his skill. If Jack weighed 170 and Islam weighed 155, Jack could beat him. If they both weigh 170, it'll make it harder on Jack, and I don't know, and I'm not ready to give you an analysis. I'm just saying, if they were the same and Jack just had that little small advantage, it would be enough. Like, Jack is right there with Islam, but that doesn't matter. It has to be, the only way you can make money is with an anticipation. There has to be an anticipation. It has to be done ahead of time.
On the other hand, Colby Covington said he's rolling with the odds on this one since they're clearly in Islam's favor. He explained that if Islam can take Jack down early and keep him there, then there's a very high chance he walks away with the win. Colby added that Islam's control and pressure are just on another level, and that's what could make the biggest difference in this fight.
Islam versus JDM. What do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, you know, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, you know, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, you know, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
Making things more interesting, Dan Hardy said this is the perfect time for Islam Makhachev to move up to 170. He explained that Islam's frame, strength, and skill set fit perfectly in the welterweight division. Hardy believes the extra weight will make him even more powerful and dangerous. With his control, timing, and fight IQ, Dan thinks Islam is going to take the win and prove he belongs among the elite at 170.
Islam, he's moving up to 170. He's going to be fighting JDM for that title. Do you think he gets the job done, or how do you see the fight playing out?
Man, I've been high on JDM for a long time. You know, we're talking about who's got the best hands in MMA, and I was saying JDM at the time. I mean, his boxing's always impressed me. But at this point, I feel like Islam's moving up a weight class at the right time. You know, there are a lot of fighters that stay in a weight class for too long, and they seem to kind of stifle their physical growth. I don't think Islam can stay healthy and stay in that lightweight division for any longer, and I think right now he's allowed himself to move into a division where his body's just going to grow into it. He's going to be incredibly powerful, and I just think Islam's all-round game is so problematic for any single fighter. I see him taking it, and I can see him probably a 50-50 striking exchange, Makhachev winning with a kicking advantage, but then he's grappling and his wrestling taking over, probably winning by sub in the championship rounds.
Bringing a fresh perspective in, Dustin Poirier said it's almost impossible for Islam to move back to 155 now. He explained that once a fighter's body adjusts to a higher weight, cutting back down becomes tough and risky. Poirier believes if Islam wins at 170, he should stay there and build his legacy in that division instead of trying to return to lightweight because that chapter might already be closed for him.
Yeah, it's going to depend whether he wins or loses, but also, man, it's not easy to put on the weight. He's already a very solid lightweight fighter. To have the freedom to bulk up and put on more muscle and fill out your frame the way your body wants to be, to go back down to 55, it's going to take some time, I think, to really be at a calorie deficiency and lose some of the muscle he's putting on. Because like I said, I know for a fact he doesn't make 155 easy. So now it's going to be even tougher. He could do it, but it's going to, yeah, he could be completely done at lightweight. It might be too hard for his body to get back down and compete at that level because he's not a small guy at all. I think when we see him in there across from another welterweight, he's going to fill the part. He's going to look like a welterweight fighter. He's a big guy, you know, and I'm excited about that fight. You know, if JDM's takedown defense holds up and he makes Islam have to be in front of him, you know, it could be a long night. But that's so much easier said than done, man, when these guys are on your body and on your legs, and it's so much easier said than done.
Sean O'Malley said he's backing Islam to win because he truly believes Islam is the superior fighter. He explained that Islam's skill set, strength, and fight IQ are on another level compared to most guys in the UFC. Sean added that there's a reason Islam is the pound-for-pound #1 fighter right now, and that's exactly why he thinks Islam will come out on top in this fight.
Yeah, Islam, he's always fun to watch. Pound for pound, #1. I think him and Elia should be tied for pound for pound #1. And Jack Della Maddalena coming off a beautiful, impressive performance over Bilal. So it's going to be an interesting fight. But I'm curious to see Islam at 170. I don't think he's going to look too small. I think he's probably look just as big, and he's super skilled. I don't know. His striking.
In support of his own teammate, Bilal Muhammad said he's confident Islam is going to win because of his superior wrestling and powerful takedowns. He explained that Islam has a way of controlling his opponents on the ground and making them uncomfortable from start to finish. Bilal added that once Islam gets his rhythm going, it's almost impossible to stop him, and that's why he believes Islam will dominate and walk away with another big win.
How do you think Islam versus JDM goes down?
Honestly, I think Islam will probably take it down. Like, Islam's wrestled really good. Like, even with me, I like really committed to it. I took it down. Their team's so good at like hacking in a game plan and sticking to it.
You said that you kind of abandoned the game plan a little. Do you think if you got a rematch, you would change the game plan a bit?
No, I mean, honestly, I think I won three rounds, but you have to go out there and make it more clear. When you get into the cage and you're fighting, right, you get into that, all right, I feel like striking. Let's keep going. I was doing well with it. Let's keep going. If your coach is trying to get you to focus on the game plan again, it's like, man, I'm doing well with it. You're thinking you're doing better than you are. Every fight, you gain something from it, right? This fight, I gained something from it.
Adding more flames, Navajo Sterling said JD JDM is going to beat Islam easily. He explained that JDM's striking is on another level, and that Islam won't be able to handle his pressure. Sterling thinks JDM is faster, sharper, and hungrier right now, which gives him the edge. In his eyes, JDM has all the momentum and walks away with the win.
You picked JDM to win. Now he's got a big challenge in his first title defense against Islam. Do you think he's got what it takes to beat an Islam Makhachev in his first defense?
People are going to say it's a wild take, but I reckon JDM smokes Islam. Shins him so bad. It's going to be so bad that the Topuria Islam thing will just be gone.
So you think Islam's wrestling won't be a threat to JDM just because he's a lot bigger?
He's a lot bigger, and like when you watch JDM, like you put him on the end of mid-range, he's just going to throw. That's hard to like shoot in on. He's not going to be able to just abuse his size against him either. I think Islam's in for a rude awakening.
Speaking in praise of Jack, John Paul believes Jack will win because of his superior striking. He said JDM is sharp with his hands and knows how to land clean shots at the perfect moment. However, he also admitted it's going to be a very close fight since Islam is tough and hard to beat. Still, Jean Paul feels JDM's striking will give him the edge and might be what helps him pull off the win.
Got to ask, because it's at the top of your weight class. Islam and JDM are fighting in November. Who do you see taking the title there?
That's a tough one. You know, I think JDM's boxing is next level. I don't think Islam has faced anybody that has that sort of skill set. You know, and on the other side of the coin, Islam obviously has the best grappling in the world. So I think it's going to be a very close fight in terms of like stylistically, but I'm going to give JDM the advantage because the fight starts on the feet, you know, and that's where he's the most dangerous. And you got to think that he's preparing for everything. So the way that I look at it, fight starts on the feet. He's got the advantage there. So I'm excited to see what happens for sure.
Michael Chiesa said he's not sure who's going to win because both fighters bring real danger to the table. He explained that Islam's world-class grappling makes it hard to imagine anyone out-wrestling him, but at the same time, Jack's striking is powerful enough to end the fight in a moment. Chiesa admitted he's unsure if Jack can stop Islam's wrestling, which is why he's staying neutral and not making a clear prediction.
He was able to change stances, strike from both stances, and avoid the pressure from Bilal, because if Bilal can box you in and get past that black line, you know, he's gonna, and when I say black line, it's the octagon within the octagon. There's that black line right by the fence, and if he can get you past that black line, that's when he pours it on the thickest, and he did a good job using his stance changes to not get boxed in, forced Bilal into taking long shots, and forced Bilal to fight his fight. So I got to give credit to the former champion. He fought a great fight outside of his wheelhouse, which is his grappling, but credit to Jack Della for fighting a great fight.
Does he beat Islam, do you think?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's Islam's a big boy, and he's a very smart fighter. I don't know. You know, we'll see if the Craig Jones magic can pay off. Is Craig Jones really the kryptonite to the Dagestani style of fighting?
Paddy Pimblett talked a few months back about how Islam would cause a lot of problems after moving up a division. He said Islam's strength, control, and pace would be even harder to deal with at welterweight. Paddy also mentioned that Islam's wrestling already gives fighters nightmares, and now, with more size and power behind it, he's going to be a serious problem for anyone who steps in the cage with him. Speaking in an interview a few months ago, Charles Oliveira said that Jack is dangerous because he breaks you down slowly instead of rushing in. He explained that Jack's patient pressure can wear opponents out and make him tough to deal with. Still, Oliveira believes that in the end, Islam will find a way to win. With his wrestling, control, and strength, Charles thinks Islam has everything he needs to handle Jack and come out on top. That wraps up today's breakdown. Now it's your turn. Who do you think takes it at UFC 322, Islam or JDM? Drop your pick in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the full fight analysis coming soon.